Hello, I'm Joe Barks. Welcome to another edition of The Road Back, brought to you by Club and Resort Business, Club and Resort Chef, and the Club and Resort Chef Association.
Today's edition of The Road Back is brought to you by the Verdin Company. For more than 175 years, the Verdin Company has been a manufacturer, pioneer, and innovator of cast bronze bells, carillons, clocks, towers, and organs. You've undoubtedly seen many of Verdin's 2- and 4-face clocks at some of the finest golf courses in the country. These clocks are custom-made and UL approved, and the superior moon glow lit backlit dials are shatterproof. Custom headers, colors, and dials with club logo are available. Optional installation and maintenance by Verdin technicians is also available. Check verdin.com to learn more.
Getting on the road back after the disruptions that 2020 brought was tough enough for every club and even the most experienced managers. But imagine that you had just taken your first general manager position at a new club in a very competitive market just as the pandemic took hold. For today's fresh insight into how to meet the challenges posed by the coronavirus outbreak and find new and innovative ways to boost business levels and return to full operation, we're speaking with Rolf Eckert, who became the interim general manager at River Hills Country Club in Lake Wylie, South Carolina, in suburban Charlotte, North Carolina, in December 2019. And then Rolf was named the club's permanent general manager in March of 2020. Rolf, thank you for giving us a few minutes today. Maybe you could start by just giving us a quick recap of how the start of the pandemic, just as you were named the permanent general manager at River Hills, affected the club operations and what responses that required.
Well, thank you very much for having me and Club and Resort Business. Well, thank you. As you mentioned, it's my first general manager job. So coming into this position, working with a brand new board of directors, with the president, and then the pandemic hit. It's been very challenging, to be honest. We all had to work together on many different levels and figure out what we're going to do next. We found when the first shutdown happened, we kept the club food and beverage business going through blue plate specials. Pretty much every day we had a blue plate special and was takeout only. A lot of steps were put in place to keep everybody safe and healthy, from sanitation to just running the operation. It actually took more manpower than you would think. We kept all the teams separate. Nobody interacted with each other. It was really separated with tables, and somebody would drop it on a table, the next person would take it from there, take it out to the cars. But we did that very, very successfully. Certain evenings we had 400 meals served through takeout only, and that lasted about 2 months. And then we were in South Carolina, it was a little more relaxed than in other states, so that really helped us to reopen under certain conditions, 50% occupancy, sanitation, wear your mask, mandate. But we did that again very successfully, and at the end of the day, since we reopened in May, we have outdone last year's numbers in a la carte business, even though we're only open at 50% capacity.
Wow. And even with that unexpected disruption, you also made a lot of significant changes at the club this year, including, I hear, installing new pickleball courts, reinstating initiation fees, and building a whole new team with new people in several key positions, right? How did you accomplish all that while still adjusting for the pandemic, and what have been the results and benefits to the club this year?
I think my past prepared me very well for any challenge that comes our way. And in our business, you know that there's a challenge every day. It's a washout on the golf course, a tornado comes through. I've been through a typhoon on a cruise ship before. The secret is not to panic. It doesn't matter what life throws you or what the pandemic brings your way. I think not to panic is really key, and just figure out what can you do? What can I do? And we had this plan of pickleball courts to discuss, and we said, well, we can still go ahead and do it. So we did, and there was a lot of member sweat equity to get it crafted and done. So we have now 6 pickleball courts, which opens in September, and therefore every day. So that's great to see the members come out. Golf, we kept going. We didn't allow guests for a while, but our members really enjoyed being outside, and any outdoor events are very doable at this point. Now that it's winter, it's a little more challenging again. But again, we're looking at what can we do? How can we provide a great ambiance? Team building was major key. I hired a new executive staff who came from Forsyth Country Club. We've got a new catering event director coming from Vail, a clubhouse manager coming from Carmel. We rehired our previous membership directors who feedback with us. Building a team was a key to the success as well. I was very lucky to attract young, eager talent, and they're all with me, and we're all in this together. And we are powering through, and we're sticking our heads together. And it's just a fun environment actually now that we have a vision and we want to see it through the next 5 years. We have a plan, and everybody's really giving it all, and that makes it so much fun right now.
And the initiation fees, I think you said that was the first time in 7 years the club has had those? Correct.
So that when I came on as interim in December last year, my first goal was to reinstate initiation fees. And it was a bit of a stretch to convince everybody and be on board. That the chair of the membership committee, she was very much on my side, and we put numbers together, and she put an awful lot of effort into research. And we all decided it's time to go back to it. And my goal was July 1st. We did it on July 10th. So I missed it by 10 days, but I'm still pretty proud that we accomplished all of that. We set a goal, how many members we want to take in by the end of the year under initiation fees, and we are at almost 3 times that many.
That's fantastic. I hear you also found the time and a way to launch a new event called the Smoke on the Water Fall Festival. What was that all about, and how's that helped to add to the buzz and success you're having this year?
Well, it goes back to the vision we have for the club and where we want to be in 5-10 years. We made significant changes from where we were, where we want to be, and we are starting new traditions. One of them is the Smoke on the Water Fall Festival. This year was the first annual. Next year it's going to be second annual. It's a great event. We have this huge smoker from one of our suppliers. It's on a trailer. It's a 16-foot trailer, and it's massive. And we smoke, and we did make it a 2-day event. It was outdoors, so it was perfect. With social distancing, no worries there. We sanitized in between, and it's just something we want to create new events. We just want to reinvent the club a little bit and serve all of our members, because the neighborhood is getting younger and younger. We have more families with kids, so it's changing everything. The Smoke on the Water was a huge success, and our members are already raving about next year.
That's great. Well, Ralph, I know you said your own club experience. You've been with a couple of really large and distinguished clubs, Carmel Country Club in Charlotte and Army-Navy Club in the Washington, D.C. area. What are some of the things you've learned from those club operations that have helped you implement the changes at River Hills and also helped you deal with the unexpected challenges of this year?
Right. It's really the precision and the thought that needs to be put into what are you going to do next. We are planning our events at this point. Finally, it's been a learning curve for everybody. We were starting a little bit. It was like a day-to-day operation. Now we are a month to 2 months ahead of us. We are planning already February, March events for next year, and putting the entertainment together, putting the menu together. And that will help the members to see what's coming up. Are they interested in it? And so far, it's been working very well. And we create this anticipation of what are they going to do next? And that's really the best thing that's happening right now. Our members are really behind us. And that's what you learn at these big clubs. You learn the foresight, what's happening, what can we do, how are we going to do it, and we planned the whole thing. I mean, at Carmel, I was there for the first concert series, and the logistics of it, we only had 59 days to pull it off. The first one from the day we put the trigger to make it happen. And that I took away, and now we're looking at the same here. How are we going to do that? What are we going to do? Once it's all planned out, it's a plan, it's a battle plan, everybody knows what they have to do. It just runs very smoothly. Yeah. And that's what I learned from my past and cruise trips.
Yeah, well, you mentioned before coming into the club industry, you were also in with cruise ships and a lot of really high-end luxury, fine hotels in Europe. So, what did you apply from outside the club industry that has applied well for you? Besides learning how to operate in a typhoon, what else?
It's the pursuit of excellence. It's really good enough is not good enough. A member of a private club who spends X amount of money on an initiation fee and they have a certain expectation, and we want to always exceed that expectation. And that's what you learn in five-star establishments. And I have throughout my career. When I was in Switzerland studying, I worked at the Lausanne Palace there under the executive chef, and I was allowed to work at the Michelin star restaurant several times. It's just that precise, concise, everything needs to be perfect. And that's what I'm bringing here to River Halls. Yeah, you have snacks here and there, but you're working out little things. But overall, it's just that it's a flawless event happening.
Well, it should probably serve you well in Charlotte because that's a very competitive market with a lot of very close to perfect, if not perfect, clubs. So going forward, how do you hope to have River Hills kind of stand out and build on this momentum that you've created in this first year?
I think what we have shown our membership this year under pandemic conditions gives them a taste of what's to come. And that's really what we are focused on. We want to be bigger. We want to be better in every aspect. We have created a new junior golf program, tennis junior program. All of these things have been really thriving this year, which is somewhat surprising. But on the other hand, it's outdoors, it's safe to do. So we've created a real buzz in the community. Our chef was featured at the local magazine, in the Lake Riley magazine. And the buzz is out there. We're doing great. And members are coming in.
That's great. Well, thanks, Rolf, for filling us all in on all that you've done at River Hills and you and your team have accomplished during a very challenging and eventful year. And we certainly wish you a lot of success as you start the new year, and we hope you have a great holiday season. Thanks for your time. Once again, this has been The Road Back, brought to you by Club and Resort Business, Club and Resort Chef, and the Club and Resort Chef Association. And today's episode was sponsored by the Verdon Company. If you have a great idea or success story you'd like to see featured on a future episode of The Road Back, please contact us at editor@clubandresortbusiness.com.